Sometimes a single headline can just drop like a political earthquake. It hits you with a who, a what, and a why that just completely demands your attention. So today, we're going to take one of those bombshell headlines that's been making waves in Indian politics, and we're going to deconstruct it piece by piece to really understand how it works, and maybe what it's really telling us.
And here it is. Raghav Chadha reveals real reason why six AAP MPs are joining BJP. Just let that sink in for a second. It's alleging a massive political shift between two of India's biggest parties. But the real power here, it's not just in the what, it's in that little promise of telling us why. Our goal here is to unpack every single part of this sentence to see how it makes such a huge impact. Okay, so first things first. Before we even get into the action, we gotta know who we're talking about. Who are the key players at the very heart of this political drama? So right at the center of it all, we've got one person, Raghav Chadha. He's a really prominent leader in the Aam Aadmi Party. The headline puts the spotlight directly on him, right? He's not just a participant. He's framed as the source of the big reveal, the one who's supposedly holding the big secret. But this isn't just a solo act. Oh no. The headline immediately scales up the drama by adding 6 other MPs from the Aam Aadmi Party, or AAP. So see, this isn't just one person defecting, it's being presented as a potential exodus, and that just dramatically raises the political stakes.
And where are they supposedly headed? To the Bharatiya Janata Party, the BJP, which is the current ruling party in India. Naming the destination is absolutely crucial here. It sets up the political rivalry and frames this whole thing not just as someone leaving, but as a direct switch of allegiance to a major opponent. Okay, so we've got the players down. Now let's move on to the action itself. What is the fundamental political event that this headline is actually describing?
At its core, the headline is talking about a direct line being crossed. You have members of one party, the AAP, allegedly just abandoning their side to go join a major rival, the BJP. It's a really straightforward, but man, what a powerful narrative of shifting loyalty.
There's a political term for this. It's called defection. It's when an elected official basically jumps ship, and it is always a huge deal. Why? Well, because it brings up these fundamental questions about loyalty, not just to a party, but loyalty to the very voters who put them in office in the first place.
But let's be honest, politicians moving around is just part of the story. The most captivating, the most intriguing element of this entire headline, the part that truly makes you stop and read, is that promise of a motive. So let's look at this central mystery.
Look at this phrase right here, reveals real reason. This is the engine that drives the whole narrative. That word reveals implies a secret is about to be shared, and putting real reason in quotes, that suggests we're getting the inside scoop, the story behind the story. It is an incredibly powerful hook.
So, the crucial point is this. Without that promise of a reason, the headline is just a statement of fact. It's just information. But by promising to reveal why, it transforms from a simple news item into a compelling story. It creates intrigue and basically invites us to learn a secret. So we've deconstructed the who, the what, and that juicy promise of a why. This headline makes an absolutely explosive claim and a really powerful promise. But here's the twist. This headline, it's a fabrication, a piece of viral misinformation. The real story here isn't about political defection at all. It's about how easily a perfectly crafted, compelling sentence can spread as fact. The real reason doesn't exist because the event never happened. And that reveals a different and maybe a more important truth. In today's media world, understanding how a story is built is just as critical as the story itself.